What's up, guys? This is Hylian Mom, and we are back in Subnautica Below Zero Early Access from Unknown Worlds. And we are going to go through basically the story and all the dialogue and try to read some of the PDA entries to just get a sort of idea of what the storyline is like so far as of February 2020. It's not 2019 anymore, guys. February 2020. So we're just going to start a new game. I don't plan to put a lot of commentary into this. I just kind of want to let you guys read it. I might read some of the PDAs, but this is mostly just going to be dialogue, so you can quickly go through and see all of the story dialogue that they have before they change it, because a new update is coming soon, and they're going to modify the storyline, which I am super excited for, but we got to capture the old storyline before it's gone. So that's our task today, what we're going to be doing.
I repeat, immediate evacuation of Sector 0 to Space Station Vesper.
Sam, what's happening?
The meteor storm. There was interference. It's closer than they thought.
How long?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Jeff, do you read?
I've intuited it. I translated the wake-up command.
Your timing sucks. We're evacuating. Jeff!
His last GPS check-in was at the cave entrance.
I'm going up there.
Roger that. Don't stay any longer than you need to.
Alright, so we got a PDA entry to get some context here. So our playable character here is Robin Goodall. We are a xenologist, part of the Vesper ground crew on 4546B. We were raised on Awel, an independent research colony focused on cohabitation with the planet's indigenous life forms. Though far from any Alteran influence besides her family, Robin turned this disadvantage into a strength. One of just 15 children in the colony, she was homeschooled from then on. Lacking Altera's protective infrastructure, Awel colonists were frequently exposed to local alien life, and Goodall developed an interest. She soon took a job on the most alien world available and has not changed course since. So as you can see here, Robin was an alien wrangler on Awel, part of the Mongolian Independent State Xeno Prospecting, and now she is the Altera Xeno Research Division on Strader 6 for 13 years. And that is all up to now, where we are on 4546B as part of the ground crew. And here is our sister's profile, Sam Goodall, who we were speaking to. Sam Goodall, Personnel Management, Vesper Station 4546B. Born on Altera City Station 749, studied the Altera school curriculum until age 16, when the family relocated to Awel, an independent planetary research colony outside Altera space. Goodall returned to Altera space as soon as possible to acquire digitraining in advanced management and negotiation strategies. So she has a much different profile than her sister Robin. So here she is the Seamoth Marketing Division, Altera Personnel Reduction Division, Altera Alms Communications, and Altera Negotiation Strategy. Junior Marketer, Executive, VP, Executive. So Sam has been climbing the ladder until she is a Personnel Management up on the Vesper Station now. The Vesper Station, let's take a look at that. The Vesper is a semi-permanent orbital installation designed to provide a sustainable environment for research personnel stationed far from Federation space. Once in geosynchronous orbit of a target stellar body, it deploys ground crew and multiple ground-to-space cargo rockets for energy-efficient resource transportation. Location: Planet 4546B. Mission parameters: forensic examination and recovery of Aurora wreckage, which is from Subnautica, biomedical research, ecological preservation, and resource exploration, as well as classified. Details: the habitation, oxygen generation, and water filtration for 100 plus crew members indefinitely. Capacity to support up to 50 ground crew simultaneously. 4 deployable ground-to-air cargo rockets for return of research samples. Full science and engineering suites. So here we are in our main research base. This base is not, we can't actually access these doors, so this part is really just part of your intro of waking up to the emergency evacuation message from your sister and having to go find Jeff. We are going to turn off the weather here. So up here is the Vesper station, and if you saw those two ships were going up to the Vesper, they have been recalled back, other members of the research teams on this planet currently, and we need to go find Jeff in order to join them and escape the meteor storm. As you will see as we go through the game, they have done a really great job visually of this place. This world is a very beautiful world, just like Subnautica. And while there are some similarities, there are also a lot of differences. So we are going to be heading in through here. Jeff's last GPS check-in was at the cave entrance for Research Site 0. And that is where we are going to go look for him so that we can get off this planet. I'm not going to be investigating too much into the flora and fauna in this world. I'm going to leave that to you guys. This story is mostly focused on dialogue and storyline and PDA entries.
I'm approaching the research site. It looks like Jeff's GPS tracker's here, but no other sign of him.
Understood. Be careful.
So that's Jeff's GPS. It is not with him anymore because he is not currently here.
Jeff! Jeff off!
Jeff won't be on. Now Jeff is gone.
Who am I speaking to? What happened here?
That information is
damage sustained. Rerouting data to Sanctuary. Warning. Sanctuary power low.
Jeffov isn't here. But Sam, we woke something up. I spoke to it.
Please, get to the escape ship.
I'm on my way.
Alright, so we now have some info on Alien Research Site 0. During their occupation of 4546b, the mysterious race of spacefaring aliens we refer to as the Architects selected a number of sites around the planet at which to build their vast facilities. While the focus of their mission to save their kind from the bacterium was the Emperor specimen contained at the primary containment facility, their other installations served a variety of precautionary and support roles. Research Site 0, Unknown Alien Facility. While Zero Sector contains a number of now familiar alien sanctuaries, the alien facility in close proximity to the main research station remains one of the few whose purpose we have yet to discover. This will be the focus of our endeavors in Zero Sector. What we know. Frozen beneath the ice hundreds of years ago, the facility lays dormant to this day. We have progressed only through the first force field, gaining access to the antechamber, where a combination lock of a type we don't understand prevents further exploration. Whatever is inside, it is protected more thoroughly than anything else we have ever encountered. So, as we were here, we heard a voice speak to us, and then some damage. We're assuming that a meteor from the storm hit the facility, and it said it was rerouting data. So right now we have a few questions. Number one, where is Jeff? And number two, what was that voice and where did it reroute to? So we're going to continue on and see if we can get to our ship as Sam commands us to, so that we can evacuate still. There are definitely meteors out and about. They may not show up visually because I have turned off weather, but we have a meteor delaying us by cutting off our entrance, so we're going to cut across over here.
We have your ship on radar.
What? I'm not on that ship.
Who is?
But Jeff's the only one it could be. Where's it going?
I'll find out. Where are you now?
Still making for the base. That's my best shelter now.
Okay, I'm going to see what I can do from here.
So we're going to make our way back to the base for shelter, since our ship was just basically hijacked by the only person who could have been Jeff. Me and him are the only people left right now. And the Vesper station is off this direction. He took the ship and went off in that direction. So that makes no sense currently. Let's continue on and get to our shelter. Just have to walk along the frozen river here because our approach path was destroyed.
yet.
That's a negative. It's gone. Sam!
So our base was just wiped out by an avalanche, and our communication tower here is damaged.
Rebooted in emergency mode. Be advised, high wind speeds will cause lethal exposure in 4 minutes.
Welcome to Subnautica below zero. So we're going to swim through here. It seemed like Sam got cut off there by that communication station, so we're going to hopefully figure out what to do when we get out of here.
Oxygen.
Robin, come in.
I copy. I'm okay.
Stay where you are and look up. I'm dropping you a life pod.
Did everyone else get away? Did you find Jeff?
They're still counting heads. We haven't found...
Sam! Vesper! Do you read? Sam!
Alright, so our life pod is dropping here, but as you can see, or as you saw, the Vesper got hit by a meteor, we're assuming, if the weather was on, and now there's smoke trailing up, and we are cut off communications. So we're going to go and get to our life pod here. Alright, we're here at the life pod, and most Subnautica users or players will recognize this part. You've got your fabricator and your storage.
Well done for surviving the evacuation required. Statistically, that is the hard part. This life pod will help you survive until rescue. Fabricate food and tools, and refer to your PDAs databank for more information. Good luck.
Alright, so here's where we begin. We're going to pull this up. We've got a personal memo here. I've lost contact with the Vesper. I've been in tough situations before, just now there's no safety net. Best I can do for Sam is to keep myself alive, which is basically your entire goal. We also here got some Arctic survival guide here. Employees working on the surface in cold weather climates are advised to take additional precautions for their safety. This is basically explaining the weather feature, where you now have another factor to take care of. Aside from just oxygen, food, and water, you have to take care of your temperature and make sure you don't freeze to death. I'm not going to be embracing that in this playthrough, so that is not really of concern. And this here is your starting checklist for new players to help them begin. We also do not need this. We will check out, though, the Robin Goodall Vesper Security Interview. Interviewer: why have you applied for this role? Robin: everyone's talking about 4546B. Who hasn't applied? Maybe Jeff. No, he signed on last week. Why this assignment? The last time we found sentient alien life was Strader 6, 17 years ago. It's been fun, but frankly, I'm bored. And you have telepathic squid. I should tell you that rumors about spacefaring aliens on the planet are rumors. If that's why you're here, you'll be disappointed. I'm a xenolinguist. Spacefaring aliens are our holy grail. I want it, but I don't expect to get it. What qualifies you for this position? There are aliens out there you couldn't imagine, let alone understand. Do you know how I talk to them? I think you correlate responses against stimuli, and I do what they do. Feel what they feel. If they bathe in liquid nitrogen and talk with their feet, I put on a spacesuit and I pull a handstand. But this recruitment process? This is the most alien of all. But I'm trying to correlate my responses here. Thank you, Robin. Sandra? Sandra! Sandra will show you out. Sandra! So this is kind of just a little bit... You already saw that there's a difference between Sam, who's kind of been climbing the corporate ladder, and Robin, who was fascinated by creatures and has decided to spend her life researching them. And this here is kind of an example of what she does and how she views her job here, how she deals with things. So it's kind of an interesting piece of her personality, basically. So now we are going to try to answer a few questions. One, we've lost contact with Sam. We need to somehow reestablish that. We don't know where Jeff is or why he didn't evacuate to the Vesper and went the opposite way. And we still also don't know where the voice rerouted to. So those are our next steps.
Incoming transmission. Origin, alien sanctuary site. Twisting bridges. 200 meters depth. Recorded to databank.
Alright, so here we have Sanctuary Zero location data. Sanctuary Zero was discovered some months ago, operating on low power. All attempts to access the facility have failed. It is located in the so-called Twisty Bridges, an area dense with macroflora reaching 100 meters to 300 meters in depth. The fast growth of the tubular organic bridges throughout the area prevents a permanent route to the facility from being established. It can be located at a depth of 200 meters, and contractors are advised to use visual reference to locate a viable path, which is right here. The alien architects constructed multiple sanctuary facilities around 4546B. Their purpose was to store and preserve the aliens' mental states for later retrieval in case of emergency. While many individuals fled to these sanctuaries when the Kara contagion was released, most succumbed before they could reach one. Of those sanctuaries we have gained access to, none have contained a viable alien consciousness, and it is further unclear what sense could be made of the data if they had. We nonetheless have our best people working on it. So we've gotten a incoming transmission that we need to find Sanctuary Zero, which I believe if we check over here to the voice log, go down a bit more. Right here it says damage sustained, rerouting data to Sanctuary. So there's a possibility that Sanctuary Zero, of course, is where the power or the data was rerouted to.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
I'm going to be following these.
Caution. Approaching alien sanctuary. Altera requests you take care not to damage the artifacts.
Makes sense. Can't make any money that way. Alright, we're here at Sanctuary Zero, guys.
Sanctuary power critical. Searching for emergency storage medium.
Hello?
Human, turn back.
Why?
You were sent here to harness me. I will destroy you first.
You're not sure of my intentions. Are you afraid?
I am all-powerful.
I came here because I'm curious about your people. It sounds like you're in trouble.
My storage medium is failing.
You're dying.
I am considering my options.
Storage medium found.
What does that mean?
Storage capacity was identified on your person.
Where? On my PDA? Hello? This is where you're stored, isn't it?
Presently, yes.
A digital backup to save you in case of disaster.
It has worked until now. My data can be downloaded from the terminal.
Is that what you'd like?
I have hours to live. I may not like it now, but I will appreciate it later.
I'm taking that as a yes.
So we have found Sanctuary Zero. And the voice is back. The voice is in this queue. And it identified download capacity on my person. So here we're going to
I hope this works.
offer up our PDA to download.
Storage medium accepted.
Wait, what?
Commencing data transfer.
What happened?
Transfer complete.
Download capacity was identified in your cerebral cortex.
You're in my head.
I am also surprised.
Is it reversible?
I hope so.
Sanctuary power failed.
But not from here.
Damn it!
I will find a way. With the processing power available, it may take some time. I will alert you when I exit hibernation.
This is exactly why we have protocols.
Which I want to point out that Robin did not follow those protocols. So another thing to kind of go back over here. In the beginning, Jeff translated the wake-up command. When we arrived at Research Site 0, the voice said, "Jeff is gone. Jeff woke me up." So Jeff obviously initiated the wake-up command, woke up this being, this precursor, architect, but he didn't take him. He didn't do anything with him. He left. So we still don't know why Jeff left or where he is. But now we have found Sanctuary Site 0, and we went to download onto our PDA in our naive human thinking, which of course our PDA was not what he wanted. He wanted our literal mind, our own memory storage capacity. So now he is inside our head. So this is the beginning of a very interesting journey that we are going to be taking. We need to still get in touch with Sam and find Jeff. And now we've got this new problem of an intruder in our head. And you can see the kind of like wavy, luminescent aura around the edge of our visor, which is kind of indicating he is present with us.
Don't be alarmed. I'm still processing our situation. Some memory data was lost in the download process.
Yours or mine?
I cannot recall. I will hibernate.
Wait, what's your name?
I do not use words that way.
I had a pet barwall once. I called him Ketchup. Don't make me name you two.
You may append your seed code to the species designation. You may call me Alan.
I waited my whole life to meet a spacefaring alien. You're telling me your name is Alan?
Is it insufficient?
No. No, Al-An. It's perfect.
I will alert you when I have more information.
Alright, so we have a name now for our intruder/visitor, Al-An.
Uploaded to PDA. Repairing the nearby radio tower may amplify your signal enough to contact the Vesper.
This is our communications tower. The communications tower is facilitating radio communication with the Vesper. We are going to be repairing this.
sure I'm the kind of gal you want to be following?
I don't mean you any harm.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
Where are you going with that tablet?
I don't trust anyone who's too big to fight or too greedy to buy. I'll tear us both.
Wait!
Don't follow me.
Alright, so we returned to the island to repair the radio tower 7, and now we have a new player in the game. Those of you who have played Subnautica will recognize her as Marguerite Maida, one of the Degassi crew members, and now we know that she survived. We know that Bart and Paul Torkel did not. They both became, well, they're deceased now, but Marguerite Maida made it from where we landed in Subnautica to Sector 0 here. And she had a white tablet with her, so, which we inquired about.
Vesper? This is Sector 0. Do you read? Sam? Are you up there? I haven't seen any ships. I'm starting to get...
Robin! I read you. Are you okay?
I got set up in the life pod. I'm fine. What happened up there?
We lost comms in both launch bays. It's chaos, but nothing that can't be stitched back on.
What about Jeff?
The ship went off course, west towards the glacial basin.
He's still down here.
Finding him is not the priority. Our ships are all out of action, and we've got people stranded in other sectors. I need you to stay safe until we can send a rescue team.
I've done this before. I'll be okay.
I know you will. Rob, I have to go. I'll call back as soon as I can.
Roger that. I feel better knowing you're still up there, even if you are out of reach.
Alright guys, we have repaired communications to the Altera Vesper, and we are now back in contact with our sister Sam. She told us that Jeff went west towards the glacial basin. So we are probably going to go and investigate that and figure out why he went to the glacial basin instead of evacuating the planet like we were all ordered to. He obviously is not the one who has Alan in his head, that is us. So even though he initiated the wake-up command, he did not take Alan, he did not retrieve Alan from the data storage in Research Site 0.
Robin, we're working on sending you a supply drop. Are you okay?
I've got things under control.
Good. We need to debrief. Before the storm, you said you spoke to one of them. One of the architects.
Briefly. A meteor struck the facility somewhere. It shut down.
Why aren't you more disappointed?
It's further than we ever got.
You think it's still alive? Robin, I know I can't stop you chasing aliens, but keep me informed if anything else happens.
Don't worry. I'll follow the protocols.
I have to write this up. Stay safe.
You did not reveal me to your master.
She's my sister, not my master.
You do not trust your sister.
I risked my life to save you. When she finds out, I don't know what she'll do, but it won't be good for you. So, I am thrilled to meet you, and I want to help you, but first, we need to get you out of my head.
You must transfer me to a superior storage medium.
How?
I may remember with sufficient external memory aids.
Such as what?
I can think more efficiently when we're not sharing your language processing unit.
Are you asking me to shut up?
That is another way of putting it.
So Alan has a little bit of attitude, and he just informed us that we can transfer him out of our head if we find a sufficient storage medium. In other words, a body. But as of now, he does not quite remember. We are going to go here and check out the briefing for Sector 0. Alright, so this is our current briefing, week 26, personnel. Just Checking through here. Search and rescue J. Jeffries. Vesper's orbital sensors are scanning for missing crew. Escape shuttle found abandoned in glacial basin. Find your colleague. Leviathan Genetic Research Program. Genetic samples from deceased Leviathan research specimen are requested. Utilize on-site equipment for safe extraction of enzyme material. Data retrieval. Omega Base was abandoned weeks ago due to increased local threat levels. Alien research data at the base may prove vital to our efforts. 200-meter depth. So we have 3 goals here, basically. We have to find Jeffoff, we have to get a sample from the Leviathan, and we have to get the data retrieval from Research Base Omega.
We've got one of the cargo bays back online. You need an upgraded vehicle to survive down there. I'm dropping a depth module.
Sam, you're amazing.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
We are now in the glacial basin, where we are hoping to be able to locate Jeff. So here we have Jeff's ship. It is crashed and there is no one inside of it. So Jeff is here for sure, but we don't know where yet. We are going to go find him, hopefully.
Alan, how you doing?
You would not understand. We are very different.
We are different. But aren't we seeing with the same eyes right now? Don't you see the same colors?
No.
What do you see?
Eyes, radio, sensors, they just detect vibration. What you call your 5 senses, I call 1. No surfaces, no colors, no blur of motion. Just data points fluctuating between non-existence and infinity.
Is it fun?
Did you not understand? I am experiencing existence.
I just can't tell. It sounds wild, but also cold.
It is precise, but wavy. From just what you hear, I can taste the air or listen to the shape of the room. It is indeed.
Sounds like we have the same experience, different ways. And we were born in different galaxies. Isn't that incredible?
No. If it is true, it is a matter of statistical inevitability.
That's another way to put it.
One of our conversations with Alan. As we search for Jeff.
Attention. Detecting a nearby Altera signal. Personnel may be in need of assistance.
We have found the glacial basin bunker.
Vesper, I found a PDA. It's Jeff's. He's been here recently.
Can you upload it?
Are you getting it?
He was looking for the architect. Any idea where he might have gone?
None.
We can focus our scans to the west. I'll let you know if we find anything.
Roger that.
Alright, so we found the bunker and we found Jeffoff's PDA, so we're just going to check that out here. This place is shelter enough for now. Vesper still has not recovered. I've seen no ships. I cannot believe that the architect we awoke was destroyed in the storm. There was nothing at the sanctuary, but it is out there still. I must find it. I have plotted a course further west out of Zero Sector. The Snow Fox, something's outside. Alright, so Jeff was here at the bunker. This kind of makes me believe that he awoke the architect, same as we spoke to him, and he went to the sanctuary, but we got there first. So he did not find anything there, and the power was off because we had already been there. So that's one mission done in the sense that now we have another update on Jeff. So our next objective here in our briefing is to find the Leviathan Research Program area and get genetic samples.
Warning. Detecting a Leviathan-class life form nearby. The life form is currently stationary. Beware of ambush.
Currently stationary, beware of ambush, which implies the possibility that the stationary status will not stick.
Your GPS shows you near the frozen Leviathan. Confirm visual.
It's hard to miss.
The team was supposed to send a sample up to the labs, but they evacuated first.
I'll take a look around.
Roger.
I really do hope that this life form remains stationary.
Warning. Sample infected with Kara bacterium. Handle with extreme caution.
I have the sample.
Roger that. Our ships are still out of action, but if you can get it to the cargo rocket, I can have a bay sealed off to receive it.
What do they even want with this?
I just know it's on the list.
I'm a xenologist, not Altera's plague doctor.
I don't like it either, but it's still an alien life form, isn't it?
I'll let you know when I'm at the rocket.
Thank you.
Alright, so we have a sample and Sam is requesting we send it up. So we are going to check this report here. We found this thing buried in the glacier. Gave someone a hell of a fright. Turns out it was walking around 1,000 years ago when it fell through the ice. It was infected with the Kara bacterium, the aggressive disease which wiped out the architects and almost life on the planet. Since the enzyme cure was released on 4546b, the bacterium has all but been eliminated. Rare specimens like these provide our only live source. Further research is being conducted on the creature itself. Sam Goodall, voice log Kappa. Goodall, yes sir. I do not know why I am bothered with this minutiae. Minutiae? I'm not sure how to say that. I've seen it before, but I'm not sure how to say it. I understand you requisitioned your sister a Snow Fox hoverbike. Yes, sir. Your conversations were flagged. I've read the transcripts. You bent the rules. I did what I judged was the most profitable for the company, sir. You're good, Goodall, but not perfect. My vice presidents are spotless. I'll clean up, sir. Good. So here, when you get to the glacial basin, you get a Snow Fox. And apparently your sister is getting in trouble for sending it to you. And she uses the excuse that she did what was most profitable for the company, because Altera basically works that way. They are there to make a profit, and anything you use has to be paid for.
Vesper, the sample's en route.
Roger. Payload confirmed.
There we are. Sample is sent up to Sam.
From my people for so long. Something nearby on land.
If only your memory were less selective.
It is your memory, too.
Here we are at the Arctic Spires cache. research log, which is currently just a placeholder. And here we have our first architect component.
It took millennia for us to develop an optimum skeletal structure.
Why choose one form when you could take any other?
Similitude is practical.
But where's the fun?
You mean play? Pretend activities.
Sure.
We cease this once we have completed conditioning.
What do you do when you're not working?
We do not make this distinction.
What about music, art, expression?
We are beyond such sensory pleasures.
Then what's the point? Every life form I ever met survives. For a reason.
By developing and sharing information on the network, we can explore the world. Not to see through another's eyes, but to understand through their ideas.
You think about thoughts.
It is more like a lucid, conceptual hallucination.
You're saying you like to daydream?
That may be the closest comparison.
What an interesting viewpoint. Another point is that I believe that this is Bones, right? Architect Bones. So unfortunately, we can assume that a precursor actually died here, and this is their skeleton itself, because we are seeking out components in order to craft Alan his own medium. So now we have completed another objective. We have gotten one of Alan's parts, and we need to go to the Omega outpost and get the research for Sam.
Robin, we found Jeffov. He's alive.
Where?
The next sector. I'm connecting him.
Rebecca,
Jeff! What happened?
I went for the escape ship, but I changed my mind.
You contradicted a direct order.
I thought the architect Walker had been transferred to another facility. It was too precious to give up. Robin surely agrees. Or she won't also be down here.
What happened to your GPS?
It must have torn as I tried to escape.
As soon as we have a ship available, we're bringing you both in. You're going to sit tight until then. Understood?
Roger that.
I will do as you ask.
Good. I have to brief the director on this. I'll be in touch.
There we go. We've heard from Jeff again. Jeffov is alive. He's in the next sector. And he sounded convincing up until the point where he was asked about his GPS tracker. And then you can kind of tell in his voice something is off.
Nearing vicinity of Outpost Omega.
Alright, so we're almost at Outpost Omega here. So here we have our databank entry here for Outpost Omega code 1679.
This is Vesper, checking in.
I'm at Outpost Omega, rooting through their research.
They haven't stopped complaining since the evac.
I bet. They always thought they were one step away from first contact.
Can you upload the documents you found?
Hold on.
This data would allow an intelligent human to extrapolate my presence in your cerebral cortex. Do not upload it.
Sam, I'm having some trouble with this upload. It might be the caves.
Roger. Send it as soon as you're clear.
Alright, so we're going to check our architect data transfer notes. While other teams have been pursuing more nebulous approaches to awakening the architects, we have been more practical. We know these part organic, part digital beings stored what they thought of as themselves on computers within their sanctuaries, and we know efforts to wake or communicate with them in situ have been in vain. What we have theorized is necessary to truly make first contact is for these digital ghosts to first be recombined with some organic component. After studying these sanctuaries, we believe they had means both to grow cybernetic bodies and to transfer their data patterns between them. We have developed and attached a range of formulae which we hope will be predictive if and when such a process is activated. In theory, we could tell if any architect consciousness on the system were awakened. We will present our findings as soon as the paper is ready. So that's why Alan basically told us that we cannot give her the data or he will be compromised, because then they will have access to the formulae which will tell them that an architect is currently awake on the planet.
I have been able to detect my people's technology in this region.
Oh, hi. Worth checking out?
I cannot discern.
So why tell me?
It may be worth investigating.
I'm curious too.
And here we are in the second cache for Alan.
The tissue you have found was developed from the DNA of 27 different alien species.
You've travelled far. Did you ever meet other spacefarers?
30 seconds.
So our meeting was a big moment for you too.
I had not thought of it that way.
Aren't you curious? Why we're the only ones?
It is statistically improbable to survive the threats of technological advancement. Evolution favors those which do not advance so far.
So you think it's luck?
We worked hard. You may not.
Another interesting point. And we will take a moment here. Skeletal structure, a synthetic skeletal structure made from unknown alien components, and the architect tissue now, a leather-like tissue sample of alien origin.
Robin, you said you'd send that research from Outpost Omega. We never received it.
My PDA's been on the blink. The file got corrupted. Want me to go back to the outpost?
No, we can salvage it later. Right now, I'm focused on getting you home alive.
Only because salaries cost less than lawsuits.
Is that cynicism making you friends down there?
Sure. They're just not human.
Well, your human friends are up here doing everything we can for you.
I know. I'm grateful. I am.
I'll be in touch.
She suspects you,
She thinks she knows when I'm lying.
does she?
Yes. But she doesn't know that she knows. I think.
Robin doesn't really sound very confident there.
I know what you're doing.
Who is this? What do you know?
This channel cannot be monitored. I want to help you. I have information. Altera suspects you. Be cautious.
Where is this information coming from? What the hell?
I agree.
I sense the presence of a substantial facility in the area. Unable to identify.
Alan, what is this place?
A fabrication facility. With the necessary data, we may be able to construct here an alternative organic storage medium.
To us, there's no difference between the body and the person inhabiting it. How do you see it?
Identity is more a matter of pattern than substance. I am an idea, not a set of physical components.
Then why not just stay safe inside your computers?
The same reason you did not stay safe on your home world.
Then why don't we just copy you into a fish?
First, that would reduce our capacities further. Second, you may enjoy having a passenger, but I prefer to drive.
It sounds like you need your independence, and you're asking if I'm willing to help you.
No, I am telling you what to do.
Sam could tell you how rarely that works. Fortunately for you, our needs overlap. Can you tell me anything more?
Which formats do you accept?
Words, mostly.
I have added the information to your database.
Robin, that sample you sent up. The rocket dock's okay, but the sample hasn't arrived in the labs. Did you lose sight of it at any time?
Not until I launched it into space.
It probably got sent to the wrong lab. We'll find it.
And that's not necessarily good news. We sent the rocket, so what would have happened to it?
How much more data do we need before we can build this medium?
You're impatient. You dislike my presence.
No, I just value independence. For both of us.
Then why have you not inquired about my status recently?
I'm sorry, Alan. How are you doing?
I am normal.
How else are you doing?
That is all. I am detecting a faint signal from one of our facilities in the region.
Do you know anything more?
Most of my knowledge was lost when I was backed up. I may remember more as we draw closer.
So this is the Crystal Castle cache. And here we will hopefully find the last piece to Alan's medium. After which we can return to the fabricator base and construct it. That's an ominous threat to be right near the piece that I need. Luckily I am in creative mode and will not get hurt.
Alan, what did I just scan?
You're proving me wrong.
I'm curious.
What for?
Its own sake. How did life look for you before all this?
We dedicate ourselves to conceptual pursuits.
What's left for you to discover?
Physics involves cutting complex things up into smaller, more predictable things. Whatever you find can always be cut up again.
What about disagreements? Hierarchy?
On our worlds, it is not necessary to work, nor possible to starve. And there is a free flow of information in the network. Disagreements are rare.
So there's no conflict, no pressure? Is it as peaceful as it sounds?
Anxiety stems from unpredictability. When we are anxious, we seek greater control.
More good conversation with Alan.
We have acquired sufficient data to construct the new storage medium. This can only be done at the facility designed for this purpose.
You don't sound as relieved as I am.
My survival strategy is unfolding as expected. Relief would imply I was expecting something different.
What happens once we get there and you don't need me anymore?
I will continue to enact my strategy.
Survival at any cost? That's not reassuring.
I will not harm you, unless it is necessary.
That might be the kindest thing you've ever said to me.
Now that they're done talking, let's take a second here. A biological organ contained within an advanced stasis device. That is what we just scanned. And now we can make the architect storage medium. While we have evolved beyond physical attachment, it is traditional to navigate space-time in conjunction with mobile biomechanical storage media, altered and evolved over time to serve the inhabitants' needs. While it is possible to transfer between media at will, there is some comfort and prestige in improving a body over time. We have settled on a popular format for these media, though there are exceptions. It is a heavily modified version of our pre-civilized bodies. It provides good mobility, easy adaptation, and is easy to fix. In case of disaster, we can back up our data patterns to a sanctuary site for later retrieval. Storage in this fashion is safe, provided consistent power supply. However, unique perspectives and traits which arose from the interplay with the original medium are lost. It is like a factory reset. It is recommended individuals be restored to a compatible medium as soon as possible. Such hollow vessels may be fast grown from seed using specialized blueprints and materials. While it is technically possible for an individual to copy their data in order to duplicate themselves ad infinitum, such behavior is considered beyond rude, and any self-respecting architect would resolve such a circumstance by immediately deleting themselves. So up here we can see that it says here, it is a heavily modified version of our pre-civilized bodies. So we can gather from that before they were civilized in the sense of what we've been talking to him about, where they think about thoughts, stuff like that. There's no conflict, right? There's a free flow in the media. they had physical bodies like us. They weren't advanced at one point. They were pre-civilized. And what they look like now is going to be somewhat reminiscent of that. It also says down here that once they have to go into storage, they get factory reset. So Alan here won't actually remember perspectives and traits from his past medium. And then it also says that anybody who decides to duplicate themselves over and over and over and over into multiple things is considered rude and must delete themselves. Interesting perceptions here. Okay, we are back at the fabricator base because we have all of the blueprints to create Alan's medium. So we are going to do that. We've got the tissues, architect tissues. Architect skeleton. And the architect organs.
The process can be initiated from the terminal.
Alright, so now comes the moment we've all been waiting for. So see what Alan looks like.
What now?
And there we go. This is the medium for Alan. So we shall initiate the transfer.
Data transfer complete.
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
You're not in my head anymore.
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
No.
Very well.
So this is it. You're free to betray me or disintegrate me or...
I will not do those things.
Because we've become friends?
I need access to the mountain facility where I was awoken.
Why? What's in there?
Our freedom.
Our freedom?
Are you not an enemy of your people now?
I'd prefer we think of it as selective disloyalty.
They will not seek to capture and dissect you.
No. At least not if Sam has anything to do with it. Altera isn't known for its moral nuance.
So just to point out, I personally find Alan's medium to be super, super cool. And I also really love how his abilities, whatever they are, can take the pillars of architect technology and transform them into these amazing tool arms. And each one, you know, he's got two with fingers here. He's got the one down here. He's got this little guy. That one up there doing its little thing, these two. Alright, let's talk to him for a minute. I also love how insanely fast he is. Like, that was probably the most wow moment for me, was his speed when he moved.
To access the facility, we require a white tablet.
We've been looking for the same thing. I might be able to help.
Very well. I will remain and do what I can from here. Keep me informed of your progress.
Okay, so we need a white tablet. We know actually who has that. We saw Marg take it from the Rocket Island. So we are going to go and find her and confront her and see what we need to do to get that white tablet from her.
I told you not to follow me, Altera. Now, you got a problem.
Where are you? Why are you hiding?
You know how many lawsuits are out on me?
How could I? You haven't even told me your name.
That name comes with a price. You really want to know? Come see me. The code on the door is 2247.
Alright, so this was Marguerite Maida. We have basically followed where she jumped off and gone to her base. And now she has invited us to go talk to her. So let's go see what's up.
Name's Marguerite Maida. Now, you owe me.
You trained a stalker? How long have you been here?
Too long.
That alien tablet you had. I need it.
You mean this thing? What do I care what you need?
What do you care about?
Lady, I want off this jumped-up puddle of a planet.
If I help you, will you give me the tablet?
If you help me, I won't kill you.
It's a start.
You can stay here to catch your breath. The moment you're ready, get off my sea base.
And this is the as ever epic Marguerite Maida. And as we can see, she's got the white tablet, which we need in order to help Alan. So we've got to figure that out. I've also been calling her Maida instead of Maida. Apparently it's Marguerite Maida, not Maida. I've been corrected, officially, by the woman herself.
Robin, I've got good news and bad.
What's the good news?
We've got a launch bay back online and we're prepping the marine teams.
Bad?
Our supplies of enzyme 42 deteriorated overnight.
How?
We're looking into it.
If the bacterium got out, you'd have no cure.
And you're the only person we have within range of an emperor population.
Don't worry, I'll find them.
Roger that. Keep us posted.
Okay, so our sister has informed us that the enzyme 42 has completely deteriorated, which is abnormal. Everything right now is abnormal. And we need to find this beautiful baby here, our wonderful Subnautica friend, to get a cure.
I wish I could. Something went wrong. I need to collect an enzyme sample.
There we go.
Thank you.
Alright, we have the sample.
Sam, I've got the enzyme. I'll send it up in the cargo rocket.
Understood. We'll have you back on the Vesper in no time.
Alan, can you hear me?
Of course.
I've been wondering. You came here to extract a cure from a creature that would have gladly given it if only you'd listened to what she needed. Why didn't you just ask for help?
It did not occur to us to listen. We knew how to extract.
You were scared.
We did not want to die. It was too important.
Alright, so we have the enzyme from the Sea Emperor. And now we are going to send it up to our sister, Sam. see here that something starts to appear in the sky. We've got these unusual squares. And as we watch, boom. Now, this part doesn't have any spoken dialogue, but it does have a PDA entry dialogue that we can refer to. Robin, Sam, something's happening in the sky. The rocket hits the shield and explodes. Robin, it's a shield. The rocket's gone. Director, what is happening down there? Sam, we're being hailed. Jeff, Vesper, I am now in control of the planet. Jeff? Approaching vessels will be destroyed. Director, what do you want? Jeff, you will remove the Vesper to the next solar system. My colleagues there will supply you with Enzyme 42. Director, why would I? Jeff, because I have destroyed your existing enzyme stores, cut you off from acquiring more, and released the Kara bacterium on board your station. Director, you're lying. Jeff, you're itching. Director, run a med scan. What do you hope to gain by killing us? Jeff, don't pretend we're not all here for the same reason. The living architect. You know Robin's been harboring it. You've been waiting your moment to grind it up into profit. Director, you'd risk infecting the whole galaxy? Jeff, don't pretend you would not. Director, then you know... Director. Then you know I won't retreat. Jeff, then you will die. Sam, sir, the scan's positive. Director, cut the transmission. I want that shield down and I want the Marines in orbit. Sam, sir. Robin, Sam. Director, and you. The moment that shield is down, you will be under arrest. Robin, Sam, I had no idea. I'd never put you at risk. Sam, you've literally done nothing else. Robin, how long have you known? Sam, I have to go right now. Robin, Sam. So, we've got Jeff, who is basically being a boss and holding everybody hostage. He has basically planned this whole thing, in a sense. We know he figured out that we have Alan in our head, obviously, because he went to Sanctuary Zero after us, and Alan was not there. And since we were the only other person on planet, I'm pretty sure he deduced that we have Alan, obviously. Sam herself deduced we had an issue or we were hiding something because we weren't really that convincing with some of our excuses. And now, basically, there was that moment where the Kara bacterium was on the list of things that we were supposed to do, was to send it up to the Vesper, and we did that. And I'm wondering if Jeff had a part in that as well, because that got the bacterium up there and it was released. Like, obviously Jeff is not the only one in on this plot. He's got colleagues in the next sector and everything like that, which is actually kind of impressive that he's done all this. Obviously, as a scientist, he's got a dedication to the living architect in a way, right? Something like that, where he won't let Altera take it and abuse it. And Robin's a little bit naive, it seems, almost, to where she probably would have ended up, she even mentioned that Sam would, take care of her for her selective disloyalty. But here you have this whole situation, right? So obviously, as a person in charge, Sam is limited in her power, I believe. So that's our situation there. And then we've got another dialogue that popped in over here. Robin, Alan, my sister's in danger. What do you know about this shield? Alan, it was a quarantine measure. Robin, can you turn it off? Alan, of course. Robin, so do it. Alan, why? Are you kidding me? Jeff has protected us from your masters. He is on our side. No, Alan, there are no sides. Believing there are is why these idiots are ready to kill each other. Alan, I can deactivate the shield from inside the mountain facility. We still require the white tablet. Alan, this is my sister. It's important to me you're telling the truth. Alan, you have been lying to her since we met. Perhaps I should have trusted her. Perhaps I wouldn't be in this mess. And then it says, thanks for playing early access. That's all there is for now. Stay tuned for further polish and the ending at the next version, which is going to be coming soon with the next update. So, yeah, that's basically been our our storyline so far, everything that they have created up until now in Subnautica Below Zero. It's actually a very interesting tale once you piece it together, once you kind of think about it and figure out the little info and the little hints that they've been giving you along the way. It's really fascinating, and I'm really curious how they're going to be rewriting and redoing it as it comes along in the future. I'm very excited. So we've got kind of some loose ends still hanging, right? Because we don't have a conclusion to this version. We've got the Vesper up there, which is a hostage. Our sister is a hostage. Jeff is part of a rebellion group, obviously, in some way. Marguerite has the white tablet, but wants to get off the planet, which is going to be very difficult now, considering there's a shield covering the entire thing. So we basically, you know, we have to get all of that tied up in the next story version if they don't completely, like, rewrite the whole story idea. So we're gonna see with the next update what that is like. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you want to bring up anything I missed or ideas about the storyline, I would love to hear your opinion and your version. Anything you can think of, I'd love to engage about that and get some more ideas. I'm a story writer myself, so I'm really excited about this whole journey that we've been going on. And if you liked the video at all, can you hit that like button or subscribe if you are interested in seeing the future story as it's going to be released. I'm going to do another video on whatever the new update changes the story into. So that's all something that hopefully you guys can look forward to in the future from me. And otherwise, thank you for coming along on this awesome journey in Subnautica Below Zero Early Access with me. I've really enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. It's been really fun, and I just want to remind you guys to stay kind, to be legendary, and may the Triforce always be with you. And this is Hailey and Mom, out.